sir? Did something happen to your arm in the fight?
Yeah, I landed a couple elbows, so it's a little swollen right now.
But you don't think anything's broken or
No,
torn, right?
No, it's good.
So how satisfying was it to get that finish in round 2 after the dramatics in the first?
Yeah, it was good. I thought I was going for the shoulder, and it hit the head. So I got to give him credit for continuing to fight, and so that took a lot of courage to get back up there. But I felt very confident in the way that I went out there and competed and followed the game plan and did everything that we spent the last 8 weeks in training camp getting ready to do.
Could you tell it was a foul right away, or did you think you had hit the shoulder?
I mean, I thought I hit the shoulder. I landed some big punches, had him hurt, and then if you watch my other fights, working with Robbie Lawler, we always go front head, throwing knees, even throwing knees to the body, and I guess I glanced up and hit his head.
Were you worried about it being an even round? Did they say there was a point deduction?
He didn't say anything. Obviously it was a 10-8 round, but I didn't know if he was going to continue to fight.
What's next for you after this win?
I'm going to see what Bellator has, what's going on, because right now they got the welterweight tournament going on, the Grand Prix. So, I've fought twice now in the last 4 months, and so I want a little second to relax and kind of see how this whole thing's going to play out, what the alternate fight is happening, when's Rory going to fight, and how, after this Agard fight. So it's going to be, I think this tournament's going to take a while, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Do you feel like you stamped your name as an alternate for the tournament if they can't get an alternate in?
I mean, I'm a top 8 guy, and I knew that before, but I was already in fight camp, getting ready for this one. But I know that I'm a top 8 guy. I believe I'm the best in the world, and that nobody can handle that wrestling and ground and pound.
How emotional was it being here in South Dakota for this win?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a while since I fought here, and it meant a lot to go out there and perform like that and do it in front of my home fans in my home state.
Could you feel the energy? I mean, it was, from where we were sitting, it was pretty spectacular, the support and the love you were getting. I mean, I know you got a fight to think about, but
yeah.
Could you soak any of that in?
Yeah, obviously there's that East versus West, him growing up in Rapid City, and so, there's definitely there's a lot of AJ fans too, surprised how many people, and so, I was getting yelled at, and, they were chanting AJ, and then they were chanting Storley, but once you get in there, that was the most comfortable I felt, is just blocking it all out, and right before, Gallagher goes down, and, he was 7-0, huge favorite, and so you see it's possible, and so you refocus and you get ready, and, that's not going to happen to me, I got to take care, because the place was crazy, and I'm sure social media was going nuts, and so I just focused on what I had to do for the next 15 minutes, and then once I got out there and got that first takedown, I felt very comfortable.
I was going to ask, I mean, up until the foul, you were going for broke in that first round. I mean, were you thinking at all, like, if I don't get this out of here, this is going to be trouble, because I'm burning a lot of energy here?
I've spent the last 10 weeks with Mike Barowitz, alongside Robbie Lawler, Luke Rockhold, Draymond Green, NHL guys, the best guys in the business, and Mike Barowitz is the best of the best when it comes to strength conditioning, nutrition, and I was prepared. I spent the last 8 weeks were horrible with him, but it was for that moment right there, because the last 2 fights I haven't been landing as many shots as I want to on top because of that. You got to learn to, throw not too many and burn your arms out, because obviously there's going to be a lot of wrestling positions, and but I felt good, and he took that 2-minute break, whatever it was, and the crowd was booing and going crazy, and I looked at Robbie and Kami and Henry, and they just said stay calm, and my arms felt good, and I got back on top and went back to work.
This fight couldn't have been much more dominant for you, much more one-sided. Were you even expecting that level of dominance?
Yeah, I knew once I got on top that this was going to be a different level that he's felt, and I know that, like I said, I trained with some of the best guys. My team went 5-0 tonight, 4 stoppages. And so I train with some of the best guys in the world on a daily basis. And Henry Hooft puts that in your head, like all these guys that you're training with, they have better striking than this guy. They have better, you're going to find a guy in the gym every Tuesday and Thursday when you're sparring that has something better than almost every person you're going to fight. And so he's like, just go out there and perform, do what you do. And once I got to that wrist ride and started landing, I landed some hard elbows. AJ took some shots. I'll give him credit for that, because both my elbows are swollen and my hands are both beat up a little bit. But he took some shots in that first because most guys would have been done.
Do you think the fight could have been stopped a little sooner, maybe even sometime in that first round?
I mean, I thought there was multiple situations where he was going to stop it. He came in close a couple times, started talking to AJ, defend yourself, defend yourself. He moved, defend yourself, defend yourself. It happened 3-4 times, and then the knee, and then, you know, so I was nervous, obviously, there for a while. I thought he wasn't going to continue, and that was going to be on me. So, but yeah, I felt dominant, and I felt great out there.
Tywin Claxton told us earlier he wanted to have a bowl of Chipotle to celebrate. How would you like to celebrate tonight?
You know, for me, it's being back home. This whole week it's been a little crazy, but for me, it's a business trip. And now I get to go see my friends, my family, all the boys from University of Minnesota, the South Dakota State fan, you know, all the wrestlers and hometown boys are here. And so now it's, you know, this is what means a lot to me. I spend the whole summer, most 9 months out of the year, I'm gone. I don't see my family, friends. And so now I get to spend some time and just see everyone and relax for a little bit.
Did you hear from any of those Gophers before or after the fight?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Eggum and I talked to Coach Becker before, and you know, I spent a lot of time at the University of Minnesota still wrestling. And now one of my buddies, Chris Dardanes, just took and Damian Hahn took the head job, former University of Minnesota Gopher. And so now, you know, I still train at these colleges because a lot of wrestlers forget where they come from. And I haven't forgot that, you know, I'm a four-time Division I All-American. And so that's what, you know, what got me here and continues to get wins for me is my wrestling and my work ethic. So I've never forgot that.
Obviously you're focused on the fight as you walk in, but when they say fighting out of Webster and there's that roar, what's going through your mind? What's going through your body?
Yeah, you know, it's, you grow up every time. I'll tell you this, that my first pro fight here compared to this is, I guess was my 9th, I think. It's two different worlds, and each time it's, you know, there's more people, Bellator, bigger fight, co-main event, but once you get in there, you know, you feel the roar, and you feel it when I was on top. I heard the crowd. I heard it in certain situations. You heard them going crazy and excited for the finish, and so that pushes you on, but, you know, other than that, it just, you got to take care of business and not get emotional, you know, and some guys get emotional, and so I just had to stay focused and take care of the work at hand.
Thanks, Logan.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.